Did you know Victoria's oldest surviving timber bridge was built in 1863 and it's still standing today? Admittedly not in good use. It's a little bit deteriorated and I'm not even sure if I should walk on it, but it survives here in Archdale, Victoria. If you haven't seen it, here it is. To get here, you go past this canola field, down this road, turn left here, and then you are at the bridge. This bridge is the only surviving example of a timber constructed bridge with a humped deck. The hump was there to allow water to flow during floods. Normally, you'd just build a bridge from land to land each side of the river. This one raises up in the middle to allow for that extra bit of water. It looks so sketchy. So I'm not going to walk too far, but it's pretty amazing. This is a timber bridge and it's survived for over 160 years. You can see why they designed it with a hump to cater for floods. That's not a bird's nest behind me. That just shows the height of the water. That's debris from a flood. I love how the main structure is literally just shaped logs. Like they just lopped those trees on the paddock next door and used it to construct the base. And above that, the timber's actually milled. It's actually processed. Those main decking boards and the joists that support the decking are all square and perfect, unlike the structure below. The bridge's design and structure is pretty simple for today's standards. But can you imagine in 1863? Not only would this area have been in the back end of nowhere, but also they had to source this material locally, manufacture it by hand, and construct this whole thing by hand. It's a pretty amazing feat. Back then, how do you get those pylons down into something solid? I actually have no idea. Although it's showing signs of its age, this structure would have survived that many floods and bushfires. It's amazing it's still standing. This section certainly looks ready to go. A little bit of a lean. I want to know how they were manhandling this material. It would weigh a ton. I don't know how they got those pylons in and then how some of those lugs they got on top of the pylon. How amazing is that? The top of each one of these pylons has a mortise and tenon joint into that bearer above it. How cool. Being a carpenter myself back in the day, I never built cool stuff like that. This bridge was constructed by hand by a gentleman, Edward Butcher, and his men. Edward was a local, he was from St. Arnaud, and he built this structure by using broadaxe and whatever other means they had at their hands. Before this was built, it was a real obstacle for anyone to cross the Avoca River. But once this bridge was built, it opened up the town of Archdale, which soon after got its hotel and was established. This bridge also served for that gold rush, allowing transport between the towns. Check out the bracing. On the pylons that don't have that bracing, they're leaning over, and the ones that have it are still standing strong. The steel that's in place underneath the decking looks unusual because that wasn't part of the original build. Unfortunately, those structural timbers rotted out and they replaced it with steel. Heritagely significant because of its design, but also the bush carpentry skills back then. The significance of a structure like this in the 1860s, it joined towns together, it connected people, and it grew our economy. If you haven't already, or you're near the town of Archdale, come check this structure out. Admire what the tough tradies got done back in the day.